Hi everybody. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things I didn't talk about in the last video. First is inequalities can be read from left to right or from right to left. So for example, over here, if I were reading this from left to right, then I would say 8 is less than, because I see the point over here, 12. So 8 is less than 12, okay, which makes sense. But I could also read it from right to left. I could say 12 is greater than, because if I'm reading it from right to left this way, then I see that mouth first, right? So 12 is greater than 8, which also makes sense. 8 is less than 12, and 12 is greater than 8, right? So everything works out fine. Some people like to call this the less than symbol, and I really don't like calling it that, because when you're reading it from left to right, then you do say less than, but you could also read it from right to left, and you could say 12 is greater than 8. So that's why I don't like to call this the less than symbol like some people do. And the same thing for this one over here. Some people call this the greater than symbol. I do not like doing that, because it is true, if I read it from left to right, I would say -3 is greater than -7, okay? Because reading it from left to right, I would hit that mouth first. But I could also read it from right to left, and I could say -7 is less than -3. So I don't like calling this the greater than symbol, because if I'm reading it from right to left, then I would actually say less than. I wouldn't say greater than, okay? Because reading it from right to left, I hit that point first. So these are both true statements, by the way. You might be thinking, well, wait a minute, isn't 7 bigger than 3? Shouldn't 7 be on the side with the mouth? Well, yes, 7 is bigger than 3, but -7 is not bigger than -3. So let me just remind everybody here. If I were to draw a number line, I didn't do a very good job of drawing it, -3 would be over, let's say, over here, and then -7 would be even further over here. And remember, if anything is, whatever is further to the left is smaller, whatever is further to the right is bigger. So -7 is actually smaller than -3. -7 is less than -3. -3, which is further to the right, is greater than -7. So this is a true statement here. This one obviously is also a true statement. Okay, so moving on. A line under an inequality symbol is read or equal to. It means that both sides could be the same. So for example, if you see something that looks like this, so a line under it, or like this, then that would be read or equal to. So for this one, if I'm reading it from left to right, I would say something is less than or equal to something. Or reading it from right to left, I would say something is greater than or equal to something. Okay, and similar for this one. From left to right, something is greater than or equal to something. Or from right to left, something is less than or equal to something. So let's take a look at some examples where we have those kinds of symbols. And actually what I put here, some of these statements are true and some of them are false. We're going to go through them one by one and see if we can figure out which ones are true and which ones are false. And I'm going to read most of these just from left to right, just like we read a book. So this one says 4 is less than 10. Is that true? Is 4 less than 10? Yes, that is true. Okay, so that's fine. This one says 4 is less than or equal to 10. Well, is 4 equal to 10? No, it's not. But is 4 less than 10? Yes, it is. So if either one of these things is true, then we can say the statement is true. It's sort of like saying, I'm going to say a sentence and you think to yourself, you tell me if it's a true statement or not. Mr. Friedman is a dog or a person. Is that true? Well, yes, that is a true statement because one of those things is true. Hopefully you know which one. Okay. Mr. Friedman is not a dog, but he is a person. So the statement that Mr. Friedman is a dog or a person is a true statement. All right? So over here, we have 4 is less than 4. Or if I read it from right to left, 4 is greater than 4. Is that a true statement? No. A number cannot be less than or greater than itself. Any number is equal to itself, right? So for this one, we're going to put an X here. That is false. What about this one over here? 4 is less than or equal to 4. Well, here, since we have that or equal to, it is a true statement because 4 is equal to 4. So since we have this line here, this is now a true statement. Okay, now over here we have 1 is greater than -5. Is that a true statement? Well, let's think about a number line. On a number line, if this is 0, then 1 would be over here, and -5 would be somewhere over here. Okay, so 1 is further to the right on the number line, which means that 1 is greater than -5. In fact, any positive number would be greater than any negative number because all of the positive numbers are further to the right on the number line than all of the negative numbers. So this is a true statement. What about 1 is greater than or equal to -5? Well, 1 is not equal to -5, but that's okay because as long as this one is true, 1 is greater than -5, then we can say the statement overall is still true. All right. Now, let me just add one in here. What if I were to say something like this? What if I said, let me just use completely different numbers. 7 is greater than or equal to, I don't know, 12. Okay, so we'll really, this is like two statements, right? Is 7 greater than 12? Is 7 equal to 12? Well, neither one of those is true. 7 is not greater than 12, and 7 is not equal to 12 either. So this statement, because it's made up of those other two statements, and both of those were false, then this statement is also false. Okay, so moving on, we have -8 is greater than -8. Well, no number can be greater than itself, whether it's a positive number or a negative number. Nothing is greater than itself. So this is a false statement. This over here, -8 is greater than or equal to -8. That is a true statement because this part of it is not good. -8 is not greater than -8, but -8 is equal to -8. Any number is equal to itself, so we could say that this is a true statement. All right, so that's it, and have a great day.